Sweet, thank you.
I don't think they can go any further.
Can't go any further.
Yeah, they're as far as they go.
Ma'am, we'll get it out.
The defendant, Jussie Smollett, is an actor and singer-songwriter who currently appears as a character on the Fox television show Empire. Defendant Smollett currently resides in an apartment in the Chicago Streeterville neighborhood. The people expect the evidence to show that on Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019, defendant Smollett received a written letter at the SinSpace Chicago Film Studios, which is the facility on the southwest side of Chicago where the Empire television show is filmed. This letter contained written threats directed towards defendant Smollett and contained a then unknown white powdery substance. The letter also contained cutout letters pieced together which stated, "Smollett Jussie, you will die, Black F," and the word MAGA was handwritten on the envelope where the return address typically is located. This powdery substance has since been determined to be crushed ibuprofen tablets. The letter also contained a drawing of a stick figure, which appears to have a rope around the neck and a gun pointed towards it. Law enforcement authorities were contacted, and the letter was turned over to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which is currently conducting forensic analysis of the letter. In January of 2019, and at all times relevant hereto, defendant Smollett was close friends with an individual by the name of Abimbola Abel Osundero, who is 25 years old. Smollett and Abel initiated their friendship in the fall of 2017. During the course of this friendship, defendant Smollett and Abel socialized together, exercised together, as well as worked on the Fox television series Empire. Within that working relationship, Abel was a stand-in for a character named Kai, who is a love interest of defendant Smollett's character on the Empire TV show. Additionally, text messages between defendant Smollett and Abel revealed that Abel was a source of designer drugs for defendant Smollett. Specifically, since the spring of 2018 and on several occasions, defendant Smollett requested Abel to provide him with Molly, which is street name for the narcotic ecstasy. Text messages generated by defendant Smollett to Abel, specifically starting on the morning of January 25th, 2019, revealed defendant Smollett asking Abel when he would be leaving on his trip to Nigeria. This trip was scheduled to take place on the evening of January 29th of 2019, and it had been planned by Abel and his brother, Olabenjo Ola Osundero, who's 27 years old, 2 months prior. After Abel confirmed the date and time of his trip, defendant Smollett texted Abel stating, "Might need your help on the low. You around to meet up to talk face to face?" The two then made arrangements to meet at the SinSpace studios that afternoon, where defendant Smollett subsequently drove Abel home to Abel's apartment in the Lakeview neighborhood. During the ride, Smollett indicated to Abel his displeasure that the Empire Studios handling of the racist and homophobic letter he received 3 days prior. Defendant Smollett then stated that he wanted to stage an attack where Abel would appear to batter him. Defendant Smollett also suggested that Abel's older brother Ola assist him with the attack. Defendant Smollett had met Ola on several previous occasions through Abel. Additionally, Ola had appeared as an extra of the Empire TV show. Abel and Ola are both dark-skinned black males born in the United States with Nigerian descent. When defendant Smollett and Abel reached Abel's apartment at approximately 5 p.m. on January 25th, 2019, Ola, who was then living with Abel, was summoned into defendant Smollett's vehicle. Once inside, Smollett asked Ola if he could trust him. When Ola said he could, Smollett detailed his plans of the attack to the brothers. Smollett stated that he wanted them to appear to attack him on the evening of January 28, 2019, near his apartment building in Streeterville. Defendant Smollett also stated he wanted the brothers to catch his attention by calling him an Empire F, Empire N. Defendant Smollett further detailed that he wanted Abel to attack him, but not hurt him too badly, and to give him a chance to appear to fight back. Defendant Smollett also included that he wanted Ola to place a rope around his neck, pour gasoline on him, and yell, "This is MAGA country." Prior to the brothers getting out of Smollett's car, Smollett provided Abel with a $100 bill to purchase the rope, gasoline, ski masks, gloves, and the red baseball caps, which resemble the ones that say, "Make America Great Again." The ride from Cinscape Studios to the Osendero brothers' home and the meeting between Smollett and the brothers is corroborated by CPD pod videos and cellular phone tower data of Smollett's phone number. On the late morning of Sunday, January 27, 2019, Smollett drove his vehicle back to the Lakeview neighborhood to pick up the brothers and show them the scene where he wanted the staged attack to take place. Smollett then drove the brothers to the corner of New Street and North Water Street in Chicago, where the staged attack was to take place. This was just outside of Smollett's apartment building. Further details were provided by Smollett, which included that the staged attack was to take place near the stairs on the southwest corner of New and North Water Streets at 10 p.m. the following night. Smollett also instructed the brothers not to bring their cell phones with them. Smollett directed the brothers' attention towards a surveillance camera on the corner, which he believed would capture the incident. There was a change in the plan in that bleach was going to be used instead of gasoline during the simulated attack. Smollett then drove the brothers home and provided them with a $3,500 personal check made payable to Abel, which was backdated to January 23rd of 2019. On the morning of January 28, 2019, the date of the planned attack, the brothers purchased the clothing items at a local beauty supply store and the rope at a nearby hardware store using the $100 bill that Smollett had given them. These purchases were corroborated by surveillance video and a receipt. Abel also deposited Smollett's check that same day in his own bank account. Later that evening, the plan had changed and the time of the attack had to be pushed back because Smollett's flight into O'Hare Airport from New York had been delayed by 4 hours. Smollett's plane eventually landed at O'Hare at 12:30 a.m. on January 29th of 2019. At 12:49 a.m., there's a phone call between Smollett and Abel, which lasted 3 minutes. During this call, Smollett told Abel the attack would take place at exactly 2 a.m. at the location. Minutes later, Ola ordered an Uber rideshare to his home to leave for the crime scene. Cell phone records and Uber records confirmed this call and the Uber ride. The brothers then took the Uber to the 1400 block of North Wells, where they exited the Uber and flagged down a taxi, which took them to within 3 blocks of the arranged scene at approximately 1:22 a.m. The taxi's in-car video captures the brothers flagging the cab and riding in the back seat. From approximately 1:22 a.m. until approximately 2:03 a.m., video evidence showed the brothers on foot in an area bordered by Lakeshore Drive to the east, Columbus Drive to the west, Illinois to the north, and the Chicago River to the south. Video evidence also showed that Smollett returned back to his apartment from the airport at approximately 1:30 a.m. At 1:45 a.m., Smollett left his building to walk to a nearby Subway restaurant at Illinois and McClure Court. At 2 a.m., the brothers were at the intersection of New Street and North Water Street. However, defendant Smollett did not arrive at the preset time. The brothers then proceeded a quarter block north and waited near a bench until Smollett arrived, which was 4 minutes later. Surveillance cameras captured the brothers waiting at this location just prior to the staged attack. During Smollett's interview on ABC's Good Morning America, which aired on February 14th of 2019, he identified the people shown in the still of that surveillance video as his attackers. Also during that interview, Smollett indicated he was positive these were his attackers. The two men in this video are in fact the Osendero brothers. It was at this time that the brothers staged the attack of defendant Smollett, just how Smollett had instructed them. While the staged attack was occurring, a witness who is an employee of NBC News Chicago had just parked and exited her vehicle around the corner from the location of the staged attack. This witness indicated that she heard nothing at the time of the staged attack, despite the fact that defendant Smollett told CPD detectives that his attackers were yelling racial and homophobic slurs at him, and he in turn was yelling back at them. The staged attack lasted 45 seconds, and it was just outside the view of the desired nearby camera that Smollett had pointed out to the brothers approximately 15 hours earlier. Approximately 1 minute later, video evidence showed the brothers run from the location southbound towards the Chicago River and westbound towards Columbus Drive. Video evidence also captures the brothers entering a taxi at the Hyatt Regency Hotel across the river at 2:10 a.m. Video evidence then showed at 2:25 a.m. the brothers exited the taxi on the 3600 block of North Marshfield Avenue and walked northbound. This was only a few blocks from the brothers' Lakeview apartment, which was also the original Uber pickup location to the staged crime scene. Video shows the brothers walking from where they were dropped off towards their home. 2 minutes after the brothers exited the taxi at 2:27 a.m., defendant Smollett's manager called the police to report the incident. At approximately 2:42 a.m., Chicago police arrived at Smollett's apartment. Chicago police observed that Smollett had a rope draped around his neck. This was captured on police body-worn camera. Seconds later, Smollett asked the police to shut off their cameras. Smollett then made a police report where he claimed he was the victim of an attack in which the offender struck him while yelling racial and homophobic slurs. Smollett also reported that the offenders placed a rope around his neck, poured a liquid chemical on him, and told him, "This is MAGA country." Defendant Smollett also reported for the first time that 3 days prior, on January 26, 2019, he received a phone call from an unidentified phone number in which an unidentified male caller stated, "Hey, you little F," before ending the call. Smollett also told police that the incident happened near a camera, which he stated should have captured the attack. This is the same camera that Smollett pointed out to the Osendero brothers in preparation of this staged attack. Smollett also told the police that the initial and primary attacker, now known to be Abel Osendero, was wearing a ski mask which covered his entire face with the exception of his eyes and the area all around his eyes. As stated earlier, the Osendero brothers are dark-skinned male blacks. During the Good Morning America interview, Smollett stated, "And it feels like if I had said I was a Muslim or a Mexican or someone black, I feel like the doubters would have supported me much more, a lot more." These statements by Smollett further misled the police and the public to believe his attackers were white. On January 29, 2019, at 7:45 p.m., just less than 18 hours following the reported attack, defendant Smollett placed a phone call to Abel, and the duration of the call was 5 seconds. 2 minutes later, Abel called back Smollett, and that call lasted 1 minute, 34 seconds. The brothers then boarded their flight to Nigeria and left the country. On January 30th, 2019, at 10:46 a.m., defendant Smollett called Abel, who was in Istanbul, Turkey, and the duration of that call lasted 8 minutes and 48 seconds. For the next 2 weeks, Chicago Police Department investigated this matter as a hate crime. The Chicago police were able to identify the Osendero brothers as the alleged attackers through an extensive investigation using surveillance videos, pod police videos, in-car taxi camera videos, ride-share records, credit card records, bank records, and a store receipt. On February 13th of 2019, the brothers returned from Nigeria and landed at the Chicago O'Hare International Airport, and they were detained by U.S. Customs. Members of the Chicago Police Department placed them into custody. That same evening, the Chicago police executed a search warrant upon the Osenderos brothers' residence where they recovered evidence that linked Abel to the Empire TV show. The police had already determined that Ola was affiliated with the show. Following their arrest and through consultation with their attorneys, the brothers agreed to cooperate in the investigation. As more evidence such as text messages, phone records, social media records, bank records, surveillance video, and the receipt from the purchase of the rope was obtained by investigators, this investigation shifted from a hate crime to disorderly conduct. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office approved charges yesterday at 6:10 p.m. and at 5 a.m. this morning, Defendant Smollett was placed into custody at the Area Central Police Headquarters.
Thank you.
Can you come here and say it?
Could you say it on?
Say your name on camera here.
That would be better for everyone. Yes,
And your title?
Sure. Risa Lanier, R-I-S-A-L-A-N-I-E-R. I am the Chief of the Criminal Prosecutions Bureau for the Cook County State's Attorney's Office.
Yes, I am still here. We should see if I can find a place to, but it looks like we have some friends and family of Smollett over there. There is Smollett's lawyer. If we can pan to the left, you can see the younger gentleman over there in the gray suit. Those other folks in glasses. They stood during the hearing in the courtroom as the evidence was read against Mr. Smollett. Those folks stood behind him. We don't know, or stood in the courtroom. We don't know if they are friends or family with Jussie Smollett. What's interesting is in the courtroom, so Mark Aragos is now the lead attorney on this. We had a representative there, and she stood forward. You can see she's the woman with the long, sandy blonde hair over on the left. She stood up and tried to take the lead as his defense, and the judge told her that she hadn't found the proper paperwork, and told her that she had to step aside because she's not licensed in the state of Illinois finance law. So Ryan Grayson over there, he had to step up and look visibly nervous as he was reading the defense. But here they are coming. So that woman, she's with Mark Aragos' team. The gentleman on the right, he's a local attorney. They're walking by right now. Are you guys taking questions?
Can you answer any questions?
You guys give us questions. Can you give us your name?
To the gay and black communities.
As they continue to walk out, they're not responding to any questions from us. I'm going to step in front of the camera here. I can probably answer a few more questions, but you heard the charges that were listed against Mr. Smollett. So at this point now, what remains to happen, we'll see. Potentially a hearing, grand jury issues a new one, in which case it'll go a full different trajectory. Back to you. So courtroom 100 over there is where I believe processing is done. That's off the view from our campus. So we would be going over there and standing there. I think there are people waiting to see if that's going to happen. In other words, also we could end up going across the street and processing this piece of a regular exit as well. And that is where we have public the two brothers we brought in down here and we shot at the treatment that the last time I saw that was with the jury. It is conceivable that they tried to stick it in or out, but he does need so there's a very good chance that we could see him walk by there to go to any